platforms who do not depend on government but create employment for themselves. They're the ones that have suffered the most. And it's good to know that very soon, going by what the minister said, this whole thing will be a thing of the past and we can all get back to enjoying Twitter like we did before.
All right. Well, I know there are twists and turns to this. These are not just ordinary conditions given to Twitter. There are implications to these conditions. I guess the first thing that I know that Nigerian government, as it is right now, wanted to achieve is to have a legal personality for Twitter in Nigeria. So that if Twitter has done something that is against Nigerian law or something they feel they're aggrieved about, they can easily sue an element, sue a face. There should be a legal personality. And so when they have so you must register with Nigerian Companies and Allied Matters, they must register and then also be able to approach the court once there is when the Nigerians are aggrieved or the government is aggrieved about
mostly the government.
Yeah, mostly all right. So about the operation of Twitter in Nigeria. Basically, that's one major thing that Mohammed said when he was addressing the journalist earlier this week. But is it right? Twitter is registered in many countries. Why not Nigeria? For me, yes. Twitter should register in Nigeria if it is imperative for us to have them have official entity in Nigeria. Now, as to employment, I have no idea about it. I don't think Twitter is going to come and build the headquarters for Africa in Nigeria. It's already gone now.
That, yes.
So it's just probably maybe one or two people working in that office in Nigeria. Now, you're talking about loss. We really cannot estimate how much we've lost. I mean, some of those figures are outrageous. Some of those figures are not verifiable. But the truth is that, have we lost something getting Nigerians off Twitter? Absolutely. Has it affected some businesses? Definitely it has. And I think government did not consider the people in that decision making.
Absolutely. All right. So just, for those who are just joining us, we're talking about the news this week where it was revealed that Twitter bows to Nigerian government, agrees to open office in Nigeria. So if you have a comment with regards to this, we'd love to hear it. You can text us or you can call us to the number 0809 155 1055. We'd love to hear from you. Is this a win for Nigeria? Or, I mean, for you, is this just a lot of people showed disappointment on Twitter and then people thought, when they said they were not opening, you said it was a bad thing. Now they're saying they want to open, you're saying it's a bad thing. Well, I mean, what do you people really want? All right, another thing that also happened this week was federal government's plan to introduce toll plazas on highways. I think you sort of delved deep on that on the surface.
She did.
Okay,
yes,
in the Vanguard newspaper, let me just read it real quickly. The government also said that diplomatic vehicles, says 14.3% of 35,000 federal roads eligible with regards to toll. I remember when we were growing up, when I was much younger, toll was something that was very normal, but after a while, obviously, they all got phased out. Vehicles to pay between 150 naira and 500 naira toll per trip, exempts diplomatic, military, paramilitary vehicles, tricycles, motorcycles. The federal government yesterday announced that it was set to introduce toll collections on some selected dual carriage highways across the country. The government also said that diplomatic vehicles, tricycles, motorcycles, military and paramilitary vehicles will be exempted from paying tolls. This is coming 18 years after the administration of President Oluwaseun Obasanjo dismantled all toll plazas on federal roads across the country in 2003. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, stated this while briefing State House correspondents at the end of the virtual Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the First Ladies Conference Room, Presidential Villa in Abuja. The minister said only 14.3% of the entire 35,000 kilometers federal roads that are dual carriageways will be eligible for tolling, with vehicles paying between 150 and 500 naira per trip, depending on their make. Now, like I said, I'm sure I was alive when tolling was still a thing.
Particularly Lagos Ibadan Expressway.
Yes, but I can't remember now why it was dismantled in the first place.
First off, there was a lot of graft There was a lot of mismanagement. There was a lot of
I remember that
under table dealings. I know some people who were involved in some of this racketeering those days before Obasanjo pushed them out of the business. Some were printing tickets, their own ticket for toll managers, and so that was a huge racketeering. But now, my question is, will that racketeering not return? Is that something government has put in place that will stop that racketeering from reviving? Once we put this in on the road. Now, let me be clear. I support tolling the highway for major reasons. One of the reasons is that if it is possible for us to be transparent, for us to be accountable, that is a way to maintain the highway. Nigerians need to learn to pay taxes, enjoying government facilities and maintaining them. So I'm saying if it's conditional, if it is possible for us to be able to get such money and maintain those roads, and then we won't have to be complaining about how those roads will be maintained and taken care of, all year round. Your tolling is good. If it is going to guarantee service, if it's going to guarantee smooth running of those roads, and then we won't have to be crying hues, all the time that these roads are bad again, when are they going to repair them? But is that possible in Nigeria? I don't know. We have never shown, experience has shown us that it's always difficult for government to manage anything and be successful about it. So that's where I have my dilemma with this introduction of the tolls.
Personally, I don't know where I stand. I'm I don't know whether to be excited or to be sad about it. Yes, I when I was younger, I saw tolls at some point, maybe once or twice when we were traveling from the north to the east. At different points, they'd had to stop to pay tolls. But based on what you said, Seun, about Nigerians having to learn how to pay for certain services or tolls and things like that, I agree. I also agree the government should live up to expectation in the sense that show us that you have the capacity to fix these roads and maintain them across different geopolitical zones for a period of time. Let us see the effort, and then when we're asked to pay tolls, we see that it's been working or they need money. We've been paying taxes. Nigerians have paid, maybe not tolls, but Nigerians, there's been this mismanagement on the part of government. And I think that the responsibility is on the government to prove that it can actually use the monies that Nigerians pay, whether through taxes, whether through tolls, whether through whatever, for the purposes for which they were defined in the first place. This time around, the government is saying technology, that they're going to hinge heavily on technology to make sure that people do not have the opportunity to steal or siphon monies that go. But I mean, what, apart from the general use of tech, we know that people, we have this saying that when the hunter learns to shoot without missing, the bird will learn to fly without, or when the bird learns to fly without perching, the hunter would learn to shoot without missing. So if you're putting, we know that people know how to cut corners. You're putting technology in place, people will hack. What are the guidelines that have been put by government to ensure that even when people want to intentionally hack and compromise the system, that doesn't happen? So I think that the responsibility lies on the government to really prove to Nigerians that we're committed to this, and we're going to see it through, and you guys should support us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, my grouse is that every time we come up with a great initiative, because there's nothing wrong with tolling. If you go to other countries, you find that before you enter certain places, you will have to pay. But the fact is that this conversation will always come up because we still have institutionalized corruption, whereby no matter what you come up with, people will find a way to, and then the government allows it to happen.
Yes.
So until we deal with this issue of corruption, because look at even the railway, that, I mean, everybody's loading, but sometimes people have gone there to complain about how it's so manual, it's so easy, for people to, to compromise the whole thing. So it's just a matter of time, even with that as well. So if we're living with the railway, we can see that there's an impending.
I mean, apart from people even it being too manual, we saw people going to untangle this thing on the rail lines. This is something. Yes, I mean, who would have thought of common sense would tell you like
Criminals will have thought about it.
Well, and not to talk of monies that you are collecting and keeping somewhere. Somebody that has know-how and can just, and then of course there's the issue of continuity. This is government is doing it. What if another government comes that is not the APC? Are we going to really? Are they going to just jettison it and or will we continue? We've seen that. Even though government's supposed to be a thing of continuity, it's not exactly so with policies here for the most part.
No, you see, it is something that is not novel. It's happening in other countries, like Ronke said. Even in Lagos, Lekki Plaza, that corridor is being told if you're entering Lekki Admiralty Way and the rest, you have to pay before you get in there. Even though there have been a lot of people arguing against it, but the truth is, my position, like I said earlier, is if it is going to guarantee that we are going to have service, quality service, as it were, that is something that we should do. But I mean, Tunde Onafuwa yesterday was talking about how Nigerians will park SUV and come out and dump the refuse bin in the middle of the road. A man driving an SUV, dropping meat, on the middle of the road. That's the man who feels that he doesn't have to pay to dispose his waste. And that's what we have in Nigeria. That's what I'm not absolving government of any. You've said about government. Government should show us that. Like, I love that word, capacity, that they can maintain these roads and give us quality service, and we see value for the money. But the problem is we don't see value for the money.
Exactly. That's why people feel like, why should I keep paying taxes when I don't see
value for the money?
Absolutely.
We also do not see that capacity for them to be able to control graft in this situation. So if they deploy technology like they said, maybe it's by card or something, and then you pay. I know some people are also so smarter in such a way that they can also hack those things and then get them with Nigerian money.
I mean, we have hush papa.
Okay.
All right, on that note, let's take a short commercial break. We'll be right back with more, so don't go away.
One passenger, big auntie. Come and enter my bus now.
Hey, conductor, this cough is serious. I beg, you need to go to the hospital.
Hospital? Auntie, if I go hospital now with this cough, those people will just say I have COVID-19.
No, they won't. Doctors say cough symptoms are different in every condition. Some are dry, others are wet, like your own.
God bless you, auntie. I have told this my conductor. The cough has refused to go, and it could be tuberculosis.
Conductor, check am o. Make you dey sure, because who no go, no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check am o, make you dey sure.
If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB tests and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 for information on where to get the tests. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
Devon King's my dream, no. Devon King's my dream,
Do you know you can bake a cake for as little as 1,000 naira? You don't believe? With new Devon King's margarine. Enjoy yummy, buttery taste and softer, fluffier texture on all your cakes and pastries with new Devon King's margarine.
Devon King's my dream, no.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
There are moments in life when you're just so scared and you feel like just giving up. Oh, but Dino Milk is saying, we know that you can do it. Believe in yourself and then go for it. Go for it. Nourishment, oh, that is your Dino Milk. Oh, yes, Dino Milk. Don't let anything hold you back, oh. Dino is sharing you thanks to your Dino Milk. Go for it. Drink up your Dino Milk. Just add up your Dino Milk. Go
My prepaid meter has entered red. My money has finished.
Babe, calm down now. Why are you switching off everything now?
With the rising cost of food and every other thing, it is only wise to manage my electricity consumption. And you know what freezers consume.
You better switch to the smart way with higher thermocool inverter freezers. The 50% electricity saver.
Really? 50%?
Yes, so 50%. So you don't have to switch off your appliances, especially your freezer.
Switch off from a life of stress. Switch to higher thermocool inverter freezer and enjoy 50% electricity saving. That means low electricity bills. Thermocool, always there for you.
Bode, now what do you find for kitchen?
My dear, now spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guaifenesin. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Ide kulele to drink.
Are they relief now? I love comics.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Ide kulele.
Nice strike! Guy, imagine say Messi, Ronaldo with Mbappe dey your house. Imagine the kind football experience where you go enjoy. Go imagine say you cross leg on top share, dey flex for your house because na our home, our football with La Liga, Serie A and Premier League.
No dey imagine things so. Go get your own GoTV decoder plus 1 month of mass subscription for only 6,900 naira. I'll make you enjoy all the ogbonge live matches wey full ground this season. GoTV, love it.
Yes, favors please.
Whether you're turning up with your girls
or hanging out with your guys.
Maybe you're chilling on the couch with your favorite movie.
Or just having a regular dinner.
Whatever, whenever, or wherever it is, enjoy every moment with the distinct taste of Fayrouz, the premium soft drink for every occasion.
A school with a difference. Lead British International School, located in the tranquil area of Jericho, Ibadan, and the serene area of Grandpa, Abuja, was founded over 14 years ago.
Our mission is to equip future leaders by providing world-class educational and social experiences in a conducive learning environment with our core values of discipline, truthfulness, self-reliance, and creativity.
Our excellent school offers the best of the English and Nigerian curriculums. Lead British International School caters to the needs of children from 3 months old to 17 years. We have state-of-the-art boarding and day facilities. Entrance exams into all classes is ongoing every Thursday at the school premises located at Block 5, 7 and 8, Akinola Magistrate, Jericho, Ibadan.
Application forms are on sale at 10,000 naira. For further inquiries, contact 0808 187 5598 or 0803 384-2368.
Lead British International School, equipping future leaders.
Here, Papa Obi. Now what in they shake you again like leaf? Chai! Sweater and handkerchief never come off from your hands since I married you.
Na code and kata again, oh.
I don't tell you, say make you take Procode, but in the form of big man.
Why Procode, my dear?
Make you know what comes to road. Procode get paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh within 20 minutes.
Mama Obi, I dey campe now.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited distributor. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Procode, now better medicine.
Procode, take Procode, take Procode, Procode, take Procode.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
Welcome welcome back. You're still spending your morning listening to some of the news headlines from the week with your favorite breakfast hosts on Splash 105.5 FM.
Yo.
That is Oluwaseun, Akinola, of course.
Trademark.
Yeah. Jerome is here. And of course, we're looking at the week. This week also, there are quite a few headlines from, the IPOB sit-at-home order. There was one that was talking about the government saying disregard IPOB stay-at-home order, the Abia government there. There were some saying apprehension, counter directives over the sit-at-home order. Some says shun IPOB stay-at-home order, no going back on sit-at-home order. But we also saw videos, which for me was one of the most, it was more traumatic about this whole thing, about how people were at the receiving end of this. What do we call this? It's just ridiculous.
Lawlessness is what it is. And I mean, yes, I know sympathizers of IPOB and ASN would say, yeah, the government caused this, they're just trying to get attention. They are pushing it in very unfortunate angles, and it is sad because for those who might have seen that video that circulated, it was reported that some vehicles were burnt. Unfortunately, in one of the buses, 2 people or 3 were alleged to have been burnt alive by ASN members because they came out. They were going about
justify your fight for whatever you are fighting for, no matter.
Usually, Ronnie, if you follow the way that these things go, when they announce the sit-at-home order, it comes with threats. Come out at your own peril. If you want to die, come out, So they put all these things out there, and then there are people that still have to. They just still have to go out. Besides, IPOB is not a government. When government says disregard it, go about your responsibility, and people decide to believe government, and I mean, 3 people lost their life. One man was, oh my God, it was unfortunate. I saw another video where they were destroying goods. I think some women opened their shops and they were selling. They went from shop to shop, scattering things. And from what we hear, this is supposed to be a weekly, every Monday thing until Nnamdi Kanu is released. And there's another story also that captures where IPOB was threatening traditional rulers who usually snitch to military officers and pinpoint members that they gave them a 7-day ultimatum, I think, and they promised that if after the 7 days they do not ensure that their members have been released, that they would witness unimaginable, I don't know what, but this is I think this is going out of hand, and the governors of the Southeast need to do something, because at this point,
what would you have them do? The governors, really?
IPOB is more powerful than the state. That's what it is at this point. So if the government cannot protect its people, I don't know.
Which governor can really protect his people here in Nigeria? Which governor?
This is horrible. I mean,
the question: which governor can protect the people of the state?
Uneasy lies the head. I mean, I may not be able to think of the solution. I'm not governor. I did not ask to be elected to
figure it out for them.
Yes, they are there, and it's their responsibility. However they want to do it, whatever they need to do, they need to get back power. The ordinary person's life shouldn't be at risk for going out in defiance of IPOB.
I have a few questions, but not for you. First is that the people that are sat at home because of this order, did they sit at home because they wanted Biafra or because they're scared for their lives?
Because they're scared for their lives.
Yeah. Second is that did IPOB think about the effect of its collateral damage to this agitation?
You know
how do you destroy your home? How do you destroy your home? For what are you?
You know the interesting thing, guys. On Sunday, I think it was Sunday morning, between Sunday and Monday morning, there was controversy. Usually, it's Ima Powerful that gives out the statements ordering such things. There was a statement from Nnamdi Kanu's brother telling people to disregard the sit at home because of NECO, that they had postponed it. And then Ima Powerful came out and said that the guy is not the spokesperson, that the sit-at-home order was still in place. So you could tell that there was a disagreement within the IPOB itself about the way that they had gone about this. Right. But at the end of the day, it seemed like the Ima Powerful set is more powerful.
No pun intended.
The powerful is powerful.
Exactly. It is unfortunate. I think it's government's responsibility. Even I don't know how they should do it, but I think it shouldn't be left to continue.
Okay. All right. So if you're listening and you'd like to call in and share, okay, we've got somebody on the line here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name, please?
My name is Fesby.
Here, go ahead.
From Africa. Now, the toll, I don't know how successful it will be because it's going to face a lot of problems. There's corruption at the point of collection. There's corruption, tax fees, corruption. There's corruption at the point of spending the toll. And even if the toll escapes all this, some governors will come and borrow the money and you will not see anything again. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, God bless. I mean, that's a very, very serious one. I can tell you something. This is something I got from, I think from Ondo State. Yes, Ondo State. The spare advisor to the governor on spare duties, we had a chat over the weekend, and he was telling me that previously they used to get 400,000 naira from toll for motorcycles riders in that city, but that when government decided to get into this matter and put in restraining structures and the rest, they were grossing like 50 million naira.
Wow.
From the streets.
Wow. So there's money there.
Yes.
If it actually goes through the right route.
Exactly. But that corruption is how are we going to fight it? Well, let's see. If you're still there, 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678, and 0706 949 3000. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ronke, Chacha, and Oluwaseun.
Hello,
I'm calling that delay from the world. Good morning. I hope you had a wonderful night.
Yeah. All right.
Quickly, let me look at two out of those issues you laid down. The first is the toll gate. It's a very welcome development. We should embrace it. We need it. Our only prayer and hope is that money generated from it will be plowed back to the repairs of the road. We need better roads in this country. We really need this toll. It was a misadvice for the then President Obasanjo to take such an action. I remember they bulldozed each tolling gate with 20 million, and now they are building it back again. Well, what a policy. Our leaders should learn to think well before they do a lot of things. Tolls are everywhere, even in Western countries. There are tolls that you fly for shortcuts. There are tolls that you fly. All the roads are very good, but it's your matter of choice. So it's a very welcome development in our nation. Secondly, on the stay-at-home of the IPOB issue, you see, I have always said something. If the people in the East really desire Biafra, I challenge them to tell all their people in governance, from the governor to the least in government, to resign and come back to the East. Then we will take them as serious. But you cannot be collecting federal allocation and you will be putting people to jeopardy. I saw a woman who cooked rice to sell. Will people not eat during stay at home?
Oh.
An aggressor poured this rice to the gutter, sending that woman to a very serious grief. When should they allow non-state actors to take over and terrorize the people? It is terrorizing the people, not terrorizing the federal government. So I want them to really let the elders of Igbo land and challenge them. Let the elders of Igbo land put their heads together rather than inflicting suffering on innocent mercy. Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you very much, Reverend Koye.
Yeah, well said. But the federal government too should do something about these these issues. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to the morning crew.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Archie. Good morning.
Good morning, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Jimmy Baby, good morning.
Good morning, Charles.
I support Reverend Koye. I think the governors of the East are complicit in this issue. How can IPOB come out and be making pronouncements and the governors did not come out to counter such announcements, and they keep quiet.
They did. The governors countered, Charles. As a matter of fact, 2 state governors threatened that they were not going to give workers who obeyed the sit-at-home, they're going to withhold their salary for the month of August. They did.
Are they supposed to blackmail the workers?
Well, that is another question entirely.
Yes, are they supposed to blackmail the workers or to put machinery in motion to make sure that what IPOB is doing there does not work?
True.
Finally, they are collecting security votes. The way the security, even the federal government is not listening to them. Why can't they organize their own security? Are they saying IPOB is stricter than the state government? That the eastern state government cannot organize their own security outfit to counter IPOB? It means they are complicit in this issue. That's why I'm not supporting most of these groups that always come out to make noise. What is Onafuwa doing about it? That IPOB will be terrorizing innocent citizens. This brings me to the issue of what I heard this morning when Gani Adams was speaking to Buhari. We must realize that Buhari is not the owner of Nigeria. No governor is the owner of Nigeria. We Nigerians are the owner of Nigerians. We just put them there to manage the country for us. Until we understand the meaning of engaging our representatives. That is when we will have peace in this country. When we sit down and start encouraging non-state actors, we'll be having all these problems in our hands. The earlier we understand and realize the importance of our representatives, the better for us. Thank you.
All right, Charles. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, let's. All right, we've got one more. Okay. We haven't got too much time left, but I think we can accommodate a couple more telephone calls. Let's take this. Hello, good morning. What's your name, please?
Oh, good morning. It's Shola from Ewood.
Good to have you here, Shola. Hello.
Since it's off the line.
Sorry about that.
Can we take text messages?
Okay. Or even we get another call, we should be able to take one more before we go. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Lucky Rabo calling from Ibadan.
Hey, Lucky.
Yeah, greetings to everybody in the studio. I said greetings to everybody there.
Yeah.
We're responding.
Go ahead, we did. Okay.
Yeah, Madam Ronke, my friend. Say you have come to the realization of everything I've been saying on your program about President Buhari and his government. Anyway, that is by the way. On toll gate, if the federal government want to bring back the toll gate, my take is that state government should be in charge of all the toll gates in their domain. Federal government should not come and be taking the money from the states. The states need money to run their to do their roads. Look at situations where state governments repair federal roads in their domain, and they will be begging federal government to come and give them money. So this is an opportunity now for all the states to manage the toll gate in their domain.
But the roads are federal roads. Does that matter?
That is what I am saying. There is nothing like federal road.
But there is now.
There is no federal road. Hello, ma. What I am saying is that federal roads should be cancelled.
Okay. I get that point.
Government should manage. I don't think you are interrupting what I'm explaining, please.
We got to Lucky, just finish the thoughts. Yes, go ahead.
Toll gate should be managed by state government. The road passing through each state should be managed by state government, and the resources from the toll gate should be used for the maintenance of the road in each state, so that when there is damages, state government will not be begging federal government to come and repair their road. State government will be responsible for the roads in their domain. So state government should be solely responsible to the toll gate in their domain.
All right.
And responsible to the repairs and maintenance and payment of staff and whatever in their toll gates and roads.
All right.
Federal government should not put their hand. Federal government should not put their hand in it.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
There's nothing federal government
Thank you, Mr. Lucky.
That is successful.
Thank
you. They don't take the money away.
Thank you, Lucky. Thank you, Lucky Rabo. Now, I got him, and I think I agree a bit with him to some extent.
Same. I mean, why does they pay like the Lekki toll gate? Why does it work? Because it's public-private partnership.
Partnership, yes. So if the government will toll these roads, leave it to the state government to actually manage. It might interest you to know that almost about 80% of the roads in Nigeria belong to local government, not even the state government.
The point I'm raising is that these toll gates are going to be established on federal government as it stands. We have federal government rules.
Yes,
so unless that is unless that is changed, you cannot say, yes.
It's based on if
we now have a law that says no more federal roads, it's now under the domain of states.
It's still about, look, the philosophy is a philosophy of restructuring. Let everybody handle whatever
be in control of their own resources.
That's a thought.
Absolutely. All right, this text finally, and then we've got to go. Just this last text, and it says the federal government cannot be toothless while a part of the country is in disarray unless it is happy about it. The toll gate should be suspended till all roads are fixed. Easy. Thank you very much for your text. Thank you very much.
Precious Oshua Oba on Facebook. Thank you for your message. Yes, this is the breakfast gang.
Yes, thank you very much for watching us. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for being a part of the program today. We hope you have a great weekend. I'm Ronke, Giwa, Onafuwa.
And I'm Oluwaseun on Akinola. Good morning. Have a wonderful Friday.
My name is Jerome. Bye for now.
Splash FM 105.5.
Hey guys, what's happening? I've got some exciting news for my football lovers in the house. Yes, I want to welcome you to the outlandish football feeling for this season. Okay, guys, now after enjoying all the excitement from Euro 2020, brought to you by DSTV, it is time once again to turn your attention to club football.